Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. It's the place where we decode the hidden truths in corporate filings. And today we are cracking open the latest report from Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. Get ready because this one has some nuclear-sized twists and turns. We are talking about acquisitions and approvals that could seriously heat up their operations. So what's the big news here? Well, Nano Nuclear Energy Inc., the company we're looking at today, has been busy. They've been making moves to acquire key assets and technology related to micro-modular nuclear reactors that could be a really big deal for the future of energy. Let's dive into what happened on August 14th. They entered into an agreement to buy something called GFPL Global First Power Limited. This isn't just any purchase, though. It's all about getting their hands on a crucial license application for a project called the Chalk River Project. It's a bit of a complex situation because it turns out the original deal they made back in December for similar assets with a company called Ultrasafe Nuclear Corporation had a little hiccup concerning these Canadian assets. Here's a rewind. They initially agreed to buy micro-modular nuclear reactor technology and a transportable fission power system. The total price was $8.5 million. This deal even got approved by a bankruptcy court because the sellers were in Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings, but there was a snag with the Canadian parts of the deal, specifically a license application for a demonstration project at Chalk River. In Ontario, Canada, it turns out the company that they were dealing with wasn't the direct holder of this important license application. Instead, it was GFPL they decided to buy, which is a subsidiary of the company that was originally selling the assets. This new agreement to buy GFPL Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned subsidiary of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. itself and a wholly owned. The idea is for Kronos MNR to buy all of GFPL's ownership and any other specified assets, including the rights to that Chalk River line. Now, what are they paying for GFPL? Well, the price isn't in cash. The acquiring company, Kronos MMR, will take on a liability of about $6v4 for $1,006. This is an amount GFPL owes to the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission. This also includes any other amounts that become due later for this excess other than these assumed expenses, other than these assumed liabilities, and the expense reimbursement Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. and GFPL won't be responsible for any other debts of GFPL. Deal still needs approval from the bankruptcy court. A hearing is set for September 4th and they expect to close the deal soon after that approval, affecting trust for $15,000 in expense here, other than these assumed liabilities and expense reimbursement. Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. and GFPL won't be responsible for any other debts of GFPL or the liquidating trust previously owed. Now, so why is this Chalk River license application so critical? Well, the company believes this dual approach of advancing their KNOOM project in both the US and Canada could really speed things up for getting regulatory approval. They think they can be the first to build and get approval for a full-scale modular micro reactor and then roll them out across North America and eventually globally. This is a pretty ambitious goal, and getting access to that Canadian license application is a key step on that path. The company stated that the Kronos thing is their main project for developing microreactors, and with this new arrangement for the Chalk River application, they can move forward with building, demonstrating, and getting regulatory approval for it in both countries. They are really aiming to be the first to get a big modular microreactor up and running and approved in the US and Canada. The filing also lists a couple of important exhibits. The first one, Exhibit 10.1, is the actual purchase agreement for GFPL dated August 14th of this year. It's between the liquidating trust GFPL, the company, and Kronos MMR. This is the document detailing the terms of that deal, plus there's the usual cover page interactive data file. Looking at the signature, the report is dated August 20th of this year, and it's signed by James Walker, the Chief Executive Officer of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. It seems like a lot is happening very quickly for this company. trying to secure their position in the emerging microreactor market. Now let's break this down a bit. In essence, Nano Nuclear Energy Inc. is strategically acquiring technology and licenses for their micromodular nuclear reactor projects. The initial acquisition had some complexities regarding Canadian assets, which led to this secondary acquisition of GFPL to secure a crucial license application. This secondary deal avoids a significant cash outlay, instead relying on assuming liabilities, which can be a smart move to manage cash flow, but also comes with its own risks. The success hinges on the bankruptcy court's approval of the GFPL transaction expected soon. Scroll the company's direction is clear. They are pushing hard to be a leader in the microreactor space. This dual-track approach in the US and Canada could indeed be a smart way to navigate regulatory hurdles and potentially accelerate their timeline. However, the reliance on bankruptcy court approvals and the complexity of international deals present notable risks. For investors, this highlights both the potential upside of a pioneering technology and the inherent uncertainties in a rapidly evolving and highly regulated industry. They are betting big on getting these reactors approved and deployed, and this latest move is a significant step in making that happen. It's a high-stakes game in a high-potential market at the evolving and highly regulated industry. They are betting big on getting these reactors approved and deployed, and this latest move is a significant step in making that happen. It's a high-stakes game in a high-potential market. Alright, that's our breakdown of Nano Nuclear Energy Inc.'s latest filing. What's your take on these moves and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Don't forget to check out the Discord server linked in the description for more exclusive insights and discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.